stretch out my foot. Oh boy, my foot hurt, man. Wow, laptop look like him gone. Laptop look like it's this side for the one. Come on. I don't want to. Laptop no one. Come on. I need to look at time feet. Warm up. I don't know what's going on with it. Laptop. Want to say no, come on. That was on skirts. I don't know what say it at work. Yes, indeed, we are here again. We're doing our devotional on newspaper reading. Keep your eye on click. Go and diagnose. Let's see what I'm going on. Yes, Proverbs chapter 17. Let's fix that again. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 3. Jehovah is the examiner of hearts. Alright, let me see this. a second there. Need to ask him for something. Let's see, I can't remember what to my head. It is, I use that code so much, I must remember it. Yeah, man. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 3 says, Jehovah is the examiner of hearts. A key reason to protect our figurative heart is that Jehovah examines our hearts. This means that he looks past what we appear to be to others and sees who we really are on the inside. He will love us if we fill our minds with his life-giving wisdom. We will thereby leave no room for the moral or spiritual poison coming from Satan and this world. As we draw closer to Jehovah, our love and respect for him will grow because we do not want to hurt our Father. We will hate even the very thought of sinning. Martha, a sister in Cortha, who was tempted to commit immorality, wrote, I found it hard to think clearly and to suppress the urge to enjoy the temporary pleasure of sin. But fear of Jehovah protected me. How did fear of God do that? Martha said she meditated on the consequences that a bad decision would bring. We can do the same. Yes, as we give laptop a go on. Solve itself. Amen. The Most High God, Yahweh, He is the examiner of hearts. And when we apply certain Bible principles in our life, it will be, as Martha said, very difficult for us to want to displease our Heavenly Father. We want to show our love and respect for the man upstairs, the great God of the celestial lights, Yahweh. Amen. Make we flee from the desire of the flesh and uphold God's righteous principles in our thoughts, in our action. Okay, this has brought the first segment of our devotional reading to an end. We'll get into our reading of the newspaper. We'll look into the Jamaica Observer. We don't have the capacity. That's article here. Or admin is lacks manpower to validate utility companies' recovery claims. Okay, the Office of Utilities Regulation (OUR) has admitted that it lacks the manpower to independently verify utility companies' post Melissa restoration claims, raising fresh concern about the accuracy of self-reported data. At Wednesday's sitting of the Public Administration and Appropriation Committee, members pressed the regulator to explain why Parliament continues to rely almost entirely on restoration figures submitted by Flow Digital, National Water Commission, and the Jamaica Public Service, despite mounting complaints from several companies still without service. Member of Parliament, MP for St. James South, Southern, Nikisha Rochelle, questioned how the OUR could effectively assist national recovery efforts by the utility providers if it is unable to verify that company's report. She asks bluntly whether the regulatory body was doing more than accepting the utilities numbers at face value. Data cannot come from self-reporting is helpful, as you can sound as good as you want them to sound if you're self-reporting. But for you as a regular authority that are doing whether whether with ODPM, Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management Assistance, or the JDF's Jamaica Defense Force assistance to ensure that the data coming to us really matches the reality on the ground. Question. And I am not talking about radar satellite data because that doesn't help really in rural constituencies. How are you getting in there to ensure that these are true figures? She asked. In response, OUR Director General Aston Hewitt admitted that the regulatory system does not have the staffing required to conduct thorough checks. Hewitt explained that while the OUR conducts occasional spot checks and posts the company's report information online for public scrutiny, these methods are limited. We don't have the capacity to actually do, you know, a universal check on this information about. But what we do as well is that we also check the information that comes to us. And indeed, we have had occasions where we have had to question, well, is this really correct? Question. You need to take another look at these figures because it doesn't match up with, for example, what you report last week. So we are going through that kind of quality check as well, he said. However, Brussels argued that such quality checks fall far short of the independent verification needed during a national disaster response. The Member of Parliament pressed further, asking whether the OUR had sought the assistance from the Office of the Prime Minister or the ODPEM to secure the additional staff or technical resources capable of validating companies' reports. Hewitt concluded that the suggestion had not been raised with the authorities but said the regulatory body would consider it. Manchester North Western MP Michael Phillips, meanwhile, questioned how the regulator could have declared recovery efforts credible after Hurricane Beryl last year when it now admits it cannot conduct real-time audits, while challenging the regulatory confidence in the data being submitted. So your answer was that you don't have the capacity to do your own audit, right? That was a question the Member of Parliament, Michael Phillips, asked the director for the um, OUR. But after Beryl last year, how is it then that you were able to then say that what they were telling us is so, and and that everything is in place? How did you know that what they were giving us was so? The reason why I asked about the audit is because how it is then that you said that you get accurate information, but how do you what know that it is accurate information if you yourself don't have the information yourself independently on that they are giving to verify what they are saying is so? Question Phillips inquired. In reply, Hewitt clarified that while the OUR can appoint auditors after the fact, it lacks the manpower to conduct live, on-the-ground assessment during a disaster response. We do, in fact, have the ability to appoint auditors and to conduct audits ourselves, but those are like post-restoration activities, which is something that we consider after burial, for example. So we looked to see whether or not we really need to do that kind of audit. So we do have the capacity to do post-event audits. It is the question of doing it in real time that I was seeking to address, he said. St. Andrew Eastern Rural PM Juliet Onis also raised concern about the lack of clear community level information during the restoration efforts. She recalls that even the only detailed schedule she received after burial turned out to be a fabricated, fabricated document. She urged the OUI to adopt a more coordinated, long-term approach that involves community representatives, parish council, and political leaders, many of whom are on ground and have more direct knowledge of affected areas. We would really need the OUR to take a look at some sort of long-term approach to when we have emergency situation in the way that GPS as a community group that they have set up with themselves and the parish council, that it gives a little deeper, and we have representative from almost every community who would be able to see what is happening, and it could act as a mechanism in your own audit of the information you're getting, RE flow, RE JPS, RE water commission, and various communities across different constituencies, she told the regulatory body. Mm, End of article. Yes, indeed. With the well, wait. I know what my the laptop. This side said, no, come on, let's pour it up, but him fine. Give more 50 more minutes to see Christmas cheer. Government tapping overseas markets to ensure adequate, adequate supply of fruits and vegetables and eggs. Minister of Agriculture Floyd Green has moved to allay fears that Jamaicans could face a shortage of some of their favorite foods for some come Christmas. According to Green, despite current shortage caused by Hurricane Melissa, adequate food, including stable eggs, while it's be available for the yield tile season. The Agriculture Minister gave the assurance on Tuesday as he addressed a special post-Melissa media briefing at Jamaica House. He said his ministry has already started tapping into external sources to ensure that we have sufficient of supplies. According to Green, his ministry conducts an analysis of demand patterns throughout the year to ensure it is aware of what the supply should be. We have a fair good idea of some of the areas and how much we consume, and then we look at our production patterns, and where there is a shortfall, then we say we can tap into external sources to fill that shortfall, added Green. He declared that the local farmers need not worry about the plans to import products, as we will not do more than is needed. There, there will be space for your products. Once you begin bring them to the market, there will be a space for that. Already we're looking to tap into external supply for our vegetable lines and our tail eggs. Green, who is also Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth Southwestern, remained the briefing that there has been a shortage of eggs before Melissa hit, with the challenges made worse since the hurricane, which wiped out 458,000 layers, 40% of layer ends. He said his ministry is in discussion with the Ministry of Finance about the appropriate relief that is needed to ensure that these items can land here at a reasonable price so that our consumers will have access to fresh fruits and vegetables, eggs for Christmas period. The agriculture minister told the briefing that the month since the hurricane hit on October 28th, leaving 60 billion in agriculture and livestock losses, farmers have started planning planting again and re-establishing. Greetings to you. Welcome to the live stream and Bible devotional and newspaper reading. Yes, give thanks and praise. Bless up yourself. All right, let me see now. Agricultural livestock farmers have started planting again, for establishing nurseries, repairing greenhouses, and getting themselves in a position to feed Jamaica again. And he said this was why the support being given by the government is critical to accelerating the pace of the recovery and to ensure that we hit our target of feeding Jamaica again. Green pointed out that the Wholeness administration is now in phase two of the hurricane recovery, which will see it intensifying its intervention over the next 6 months. He said so far his ministry has procured more than 700 7,000 packs of seeds at a cost of 50 million and is in the process of procuring another 70 million worth. I like all these ministers, politicians tend to fling out big numbers. I like what they do it. Let us continue our reading. The ministry will also be purchasing 50 million of fertilizers, which are especially formulated for yam farmers who suffer damage to up to 70% of their crops. And an additional 50 million will go towards purchasing planting materials and stocks for the yam farmers. Greenhouse farmers are also being assisted to get back into production, included the provision of material and bringing nurseries back on stream with the provision of seedings. Green said all these are being done with the assistance of the Rural Agricultural Authority, RADA, which is stepping up its free land preparation program to assist farmers. This includes paying private tractor owners for the use of their equipment to get land ready for planting. Meanwhile, Greens said 800 million of the 3 billion allocated to the ministry in the third supplementary estimate of expenditure tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday will go towards the repair of some 40 farm roads. He said RADA is taking the lead in procuring 100,000 boiler chicks and feed expected to produce 160 kilograms of chicken meat. Distribution will start this week. Green told the briefing that his ministry is targeting farmers who have the capacity to continue, while a program for pig farmers and those in the small ruminants business is also being worked on. End of article. Okay, I think the same article come back up. Let me press the button. All right, and we press this again. So student loan relief. SLB announces debt reset initiative for students affected by Hurricane Melissa. And you see a picture with Student Loan Bureau Director Nikisha Walsh. 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 Nearly 2,000 benefactors of the student loans enrolled in schools across 5 parishes and just under 5,000 who were now paying debts to the Student Loan Bureau will get some relief under the Interim Debt Reset Initiative. Speaking at the weekly Hurricane Melissa Recovery Post Cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House in St. Andrew on Wednesday, Executive Director of the SLB, Nekisha Welsh, said, effective next week, individuals in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney will be able to benefit. Currently, we have 1,948 students that were enrolled in institutions across these parishes. We have also identified 4,450 repayment customers who reside within these parishes. For the students in schools, we are going to give them a 60,000 grant in aid to support their post Melissa efforts. For those in repayment, we are giving them a 3-month deferral on their account from November 2025 to January 2026. Wallis disclosed. She said students outside these 5 parishes who were impacted by the hurricane will also get assistance, but on a case-by-case basis. In the meantime, under the broader debt reset program, which will run between December 1st, 2026 and April 30, 2026, students will be able to clear their arrears through a 50% waiver on their interest arrears from the SLB as well as a 100% waiver on their charges and 100% waiver on insurance fees. Students in good standing, Ward said, well, we will be given 100,000 to be applied on all of the student loan accounts. So currently we'll have 8,890, and come next week 100,000 will be applied to their accounts. This is about encouraging them to continue to be good customers. Once you are in debt reset program and after a year you continue to be current, the SLB officers a 2% reduction on your interest rate. So this will allow students to reduce their repayment costs and give them the opportunity to have more disposable income, she noted. The SLB's borrowing rate currently stands at 3%, moving from as high as 16%. The entry currently has 35 to 360 loans in its portfolio, of which 11,634 are delinquent, while 8,890 are current and 14,836 are in moratorium. The Debt Reset program is an opportunity for students to reduce their loans balance, eliminate accumulated charges, and establish a more sustainable path towards repayment. The initiative supports customers both in good standing and those in arrears. End of article. 3 thumbs up. Excuse me for a couple of minutes. We shall be back to some people. So, yes, I thank you for your patience. Excuse me. Massacre family drone. Lyrical jabs. Insiders say war of words good for dancehall. Massacre on some stage. It's officially war season in dancehall, and Massacre and Tommy Sparta have each thrown down the lyrical gatling. The pair managed to ignite the local entertainment scene with fiery diss tracks that have left fans anxious for coming rounds in what promises to be an explosive showdown. Tommy Sparta fired early shots at Massacre through his single Control as he seemingly targeted the boss for perceived subliminal blows at the world boss Vice Cartel. Although neither Massacre nor Cartel have confirmed a brewing beef, the dancehall grapevines have been ablaze with talks of the two being at loggerheads since Reggae Sunfest in July. Massacre sent tongues wagging at the summer show when he referred to himself as the GOAT, greatest of all time, as amidst Vybz Kartel's official crowning as the king of the dancehall. It is believed that the ongoing war of words over titles may have led to the current feud between Tommy Lee and Massacre. Tommy Lee is his first round diss track took direct aim at Massacre, gaining early momentum, especially among dedicated Gaza fans who lauded the Sparta for seizing the opportunity to seemingly put Massacre in his place and defend his mentor. But his efforts did not only gained praises from fans, it also earned the wrath of Massacre, who returned fire in his track vein, referring to himself as the GOAT once more. Massacre, while declaring Tommy Lee as unfit challenger, said Uncle Demon DJ has been riding Cartel's wave as his solo career uh, sings, but pointing out that he can walk proudly up the ladder of dancehall. Let's see, Massacre said, unlike Tommy Lee, he has ascended to the pinnacle of dancehall with zero assistance. Massacre accused Tommy of being of begging for a collaboration during his stint behind bars between 2021 and 2023. How Chris E declined as the two engaged in another round. Massacre replied to Tamalee's Destroyer with his single Tears on Wednesday. In the track Destroyer, Tamalee called out Massacre for crown chasing and declared the NCA boss unfit for the dancehall throne. In his response, dubbed Tears, Massacre made it clear that if I come up in dancehall was dependent solely on raw talent, Tamale would have never made it. The lyrical war has captivated music lovers locally, with both artists being praised for their potency by each on their fan base. They are even being encouraged to continue the showdown so long as they do not get physical. Listeners have so far determined that the war of words is a good look for dancehall space. Popular selector Boom Boom agrees. If I tell you the truth, me play both songs Uptown Mondays, and it was a good look on the streets. As a youth, we grew on the clash culture. We know this is the time of the year for all war, and it makes a nice place again, he said. Excellent, getting an eye. Excellent, getting an eye a while ago. Sorry about that. Mhm. Boom Boom, Selector Boom Boom shared that on a positive note, the vibes on the street was so good. We know based on the history, war can, lyrical war can get district, but me have to give it up to the fans of both artists. Them stay while e- stay each of the songs played. Just hold a vibe, he said. The two bad artists them, and me just want them keep it lyrical, make we enjoy the music same way. AVD artist manager of an veteran industry insider shared similar sentiments. At this dancer build up of clashes, wars, and a whole vibes. It goes way back, and it's a very important part of our culture. Two talented artists who big in them own rights, so that can only be good for dancehall. Seeing this kind of showdown at this point make, me like it, said both
lines is that this is our culture on full display. I know it will help both artists, especially at this level. Me know, me no declare no winner yet. We go and watch and listen. The two entertainers have since been encouraged by Sting promoters to take the lyrical showdown to the stage come December 26th. Sting is the prime in its prime was the ultimate battleground for feuding artists. The stage show has helped several artists gain legendary status in dancehall by offering a platform for lyrical combat. Legendary Sting clashes include Merciless versus Bounty Killer, Beanie Man versus Vybz Cartel in 2000, Ninja Man versus Cartel in 2003, Vybz Cartel versus Movado in 2008, Beanie Man versus Bounty Killer and Shabaranks, Supercat, and Ninja Man in the early 90s. However, the show has been able to return to its glory days, making a physical showdown in Massacre vs. Family highly unlikely. End of article. Wow, that was a nice one. Nice one indeed. All right, let me see if I can find another article in the Jamaica Observer. All right, same article come back up. Same article. Press again. All right. Make we wait and see what go on. Open up overseas of overseas saving for dogs. Canada, US provide homes for more than 50 rescued after Melissa. Wow. Oh my. 50 dogs. More than 50 struggling dogs were rescued from hard hit communities in Jamaica, South Western parishes in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, and many have since found homes outside of the island. Addressing the post Melissa special media briefing at Jamaica House on Wednesday, Minister of Agriculture Floyd Green said while the priority was on saving lives and taking assistance to people in the devastated communities, there was a concern about Melissa's impact on animals, including pets. Green told the briefing that members of the veterinary service unit, veterinary service in the Ministry of Agriculture, in his ministry, along with members of the Jamaica Defense Force, made it their mission to save some of these pets, namely dogs who had been marooned. He said personnel from the veterinary service unit went with the JDF on a scout of air reconnaissance to look to see where we had maroon animals, to look to see where we were having particular challenges because of flooding. The ministry facilitated the export of 58 dogs, which were rescued through some of these missions, some of them to the US, some of them to Canada, Green shared. According to Green, the Veterinary Service Division has been doing tremendous work. in the wake of the Category 5 storm which hit the island on October 28th. In fact, we are now offering free veterinary clinics across various parishes. We were already down in St. Elizabeth, St. James, and Westmoreland, and we are going to Clarkstown, Trelawney next week. That allows our farmers and pet owners to be able to carry their animals to receive treatment, medication, wound care, vaccines for national support, and said Green. There is no estimate on the number of pets who might have lost their lives during Melissa, as the focus remains on the devastation Category 5 storm left in the section of the island included the deaths of people. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPM, has reported 45 Melissa-related deaths so far, with 18 people still missing. In addition to the loss of human lives, thousands of livestock pets also perished across the island. In an update to Parliament on November 11, Minister Green of Agriculture said that farmers lost 5,600 pigs, 3,560 small ruminants, goats, and sheep, 2,850 cattle. Also were 458,000 layers, representing over 40% of layer hens, and 780,000 broiler chickens. At the same time, Green said the preliminary estimate of the losses suffered by the agricultural sector totaled 30 billion. That has since been doubled to 60 billion based on the World Bank's rapid assistance of damages. End of article. Okay. Reggae music. Bum, bum. Like dancing. Play some music. Strictly reggae music. Happy Star Hotel and Resort reopens its Rosal Hotel complex.
Let's continue reading. All right. Iberostar Hotels and Resorts has officially reopened its three-hotel resort complex in St. James, making an important boost for Jamaica's tourism sector as it rebounds from the impact of Hurricane Melissa. The company says the reopening underscores its long-standing commitment to Jamaica, its people, and the vibrant community that continues to make this destination so exceptional. Mm, mm, mm. According to Star, rapid progress towards full operational readiness was made possible through the dedication of its teams and strong collaboration with local partners. Core services, the company said, are now stable across the complex. In the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, Star activated a series of initiatives to support staff members and their families. These include offering lodging at its hotels for affected team members, providing com- companionship and caring for what the company described as the physical and financial emotional well-being of its people. Mm-hmm. The part there, so scroll go up some more. As part of a wider recovery effort, the company is rolling out a comprehensive, okay, the company is rolling out a comprehensive support plan for its 1,700 employees across Jamaica. The program includes a relief bonus to ease unexpected financial. The program includes a relief bonus to ease unexpected financial burdens,
care packages for all employees to help um, restock essentials and material relief program to assist with urgent home repairs. Iberostar has also expanded its support into surrounding communities, including its neighbors. The members of the Green Pen Fishers Association, who are heavily impacted by the storm, the company noted that many of these residents share long-standing connections with the hotel. These actions, it said, reflected Iberia's star's deep commitment to the well-being of its employees and their families and the community it serves. Iberostar Hotels and Resorts emphasizes that visiting Jamaica is one of the most meaningful ways travelers can support the country's recovery. Tourism plays a critical role in restoring economic stability, protecting local jobs, and helping the island return to normal as quickly as possible. The hotel insists in a release. Okie dokie. End of article. Yes, yeah, I'll give thanks for that. Yes. I will feel happy when we see, for example, these articles and how the company them uh, play them part, really galvanize the people you know, to come out. That's good. It's a good look. We give thanks. Yeah, man, we give thanks for that. Let's see what I want here. So, two bar. Yeah, we give thanks. Still in our reading of the observer. Uh, dun, I shot the sheriff. Yes, indeed. I don't know why I'm always record that song then over Marley. Probably like it. But we not promote violence too, we not promote the violence. Opposition demands stronger oversight of government's hurricane relief distribution. The opposition People's National Party is calling for a more rebounds, rebounds and transparent system to track the distribution of government's issued hurricane relief supplies, followed an announcement from the Minister of Information, Donna Morris Dixon, of the that such a system will soon be implemented in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. While welcoming the move towards better monitoring, the opposition says the minister's statement fails to address the growing public concern over reports of political partisan handling of relief efforts. According to the PNP, the government's operatives, former JLP party candidates, and unelected political figures of all aligned alleged been involved in distributing state resources without proper authority. The PNP argues that individuals who are not members of parliament for affected constituencies and hold on who hold no official role in the ministries responsible for relief distribution should not be delivering aid. The party describes these actions as a breach of good governance and principles that undermines public trust during a period when Jamaicans are vulnerable and relying on fairness and order. Oops. God. Okay, advertisement just come out. All right. Yes, the opposition further insists that the state resources must not be distributed by political actors without notifying the elected representatives for those areas. They contend that a credible tracking system must include detailed information to ensure accountability, such as who exactly delivered the relief supplies, when supplies were dispatched, including exact dates and times, where and when deliveries occurred, names of team members involved in the distribution, recipients of the supplies, including shelters, community groups, churches, and households, and proof that the sitting member of parliament was informed. The PNP says the government must demonstrate that every step of relief distribution process can be transparent and verified. Jamaicans deserve more than trade assistance, the opposition said, stressing the need for full accountability. They warned that the after effect reporting or selective disclosures would not be sufficient, nor would systems that obscure potential political misuse of state resources. Hurricane relief belongs to the people of Jamaica, not any political party or its operatives, the statement concluded.
Sorry about that. Our work, we have to look. You're looking so, you have to look out. Yes, the opposition maintained that with the right data collected, a tracking system could help answer persistent questions and restore public confidence in the distribution process. End of article. Kingston College and Mona clash out of Manning Cup. The last two Manning Cup champions, Kingston College and Mona High, were eliminated from the competition after battling to similar two-all draw against Calabar High and Jamaica College.
respectively, at the Stadium East on Wednesday. Mona High, the 2023 champions, and 2024 champions KC needed a win to progress but both failed in their quarterfinals bid. In the certain Razor, Mona fell 2 goals down as Jamaica College came out firing with goals from Kashan Lee Chin in the 19th minute, Jamoy Lane in the 44th minute. Chin fired home after leashing onto Jabbar Howell's pass for his 11th goal of the season before Lee added a second from inside the box. Mona rallied with a 52nd minute goal from the competition, landing marksman Sean Linton before Shavik Martin named in the 56th minute to level the game. They pushed for the winner and came close, but in the end they fall short of the Manning Cup. JC finished second in the Group 4 with 5 points as Eltham High scored top spot with 7 points after beating St. Jago 3. Roma finished third on 4 points. Raymond Watson, coach of JC, said his team knew it wasn't a must-win game and did well under the circumstances. It wasn't a must-win game. The plan was not to lose the game. The first half we were brilliant and we went into the changing room thinking the game is over and we totally went to sleep in the second half, said Watson. Mona head coach Devon Dookie said his team's slow start was more psychological. It was more mental for us. We had to win. They wanted a draw. They came out with a good game plan and pressed us for the first 15 minutes and took control of the game. We were more direct, wanting a result, he pointed out. Af- but after conceding, I asked them to relax and put the ball down, and we wanted to start to create some movements and created 2 chances and we scored them, he added. Meanwhile, Casey struck first, courtesy of Shaf Sharif, Sharif Ricketts in the 7th minute with his 18th goal of the season. Side footing home uh, loose here by Byfield cross. Yes, for those football lovers who don't know, just read a little of the Manning Cup were gone. Yes, not just about hurricane stuff, I talk about football too. All right, that's my leave it right here, so guys, it's quite lengthy. Well, Jimmy Cliff among the very last of major figures who made reggae global ships. And you see a picture there with Jimmy Cliff and Raja Stephens at Cliff's home of Lady Musgrave Road in St. Andrew in 1976. Observer Online presents the third story in Jimmy Cliff's stories of a bongo man in tribute to the reggae legend who died on November 24 at the age of 81. This seven-part series looks at different aspects of the singer-songwriter's life. In the summer of 1973, a Vietnam War veteran walked into Los Angeles cinema to watch The Harder They Come, a sensational Jamaican movie starring singer Jimmy Cliff. The soldier's name was Roger Stephens, and he was overwhelmed by Cliff's convincing portrayal of Ivan and the film's raw depiction of urban life in Jamaica. I first saw The Harder They Come in late June 1973 while living in Berkeley. The day before, I had read an incredible article in the Rolling Stone by Michael Thomas, which introduced me and scores of others adventurous music fans to reggae and Rasta. The same day I bought the Wailers Catch a Fire LP, and the next evening ventured to a tiny Northside theater that had held about 40 people to see the film. Shiffins recalled in 2017 interview with the Jamaica Observer during the jazz scenes. Everyone in the hall lifted up and screen became obscured by the giant cloud of puff smoke. I brought the soundtrack on the way home at Tower Records, and my life has never been the same since that week. Stephens first met Cliff, who died on November 24th, age 81. 3 years later, when he first visited Jamaica, speaking with the Observer Online, he remembers Cliff as one of the very last major figures who introduced reggae to the world and created its greatest works. As his interest in reggae and Jamaican culture grew, Stephens Shiffins became one of many foreigners who traveled to Jamaica during the 70s. What he and his wife, Mary, saw was more than roots, rock, reggae. I met Cliff in June of 1976, the week that the state of emergency was announced. After a pickpocket attempt was made upon our arrival in Kingston, a kindly stranger helped protect us and asked if we would like to go to Jimmy Cliff's house. Jimmy welcomed us and we spent an extraordinary afternoon with him. Joe Higgins, Ernest Ranglin, China Smith, and other reggae greats Stephens recalls, I did several interviews with him on radio and TV and immersed several of his shows at locations like Reggae on the River. He lived long in history as one of jazz music fittest exponents. The Brooklyn, New York born Stephens Chiffins was a big rock and roll music fan prior to discovering Jamaican pop culture. Since the 1970s, he has amassed a voluminous archive of reggae memorable at Los Angeles home is at his Los Angeles home. He has also written well-received books and conducted countless records interviews with noted reggae figures. They include Bob Marley, who he met in 1979 when the songwriter toured California. The impression Jimmy Cliff made on Roger Schiffin and off-screen is lasting. Always a gentleman, a deep thinker, and a writer of anthems, a fine actor, and a constant seeker of enlightenment in all his various philosophical forms, he said. End of article. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That one was a good article. You can just see him there, Roger Stiffets with Jimmy Cliff in 1976. That is all. Chinese businesswoman injured in St. Andrew home invasion, security officer shot. Wow. A Chinese businesswoman and an Archive security officer were wounded during an home invasion on Aining Road in St. Andrew on Wednesday morning. It is understood that 9 a.m., shortly after the woman entered her home, three armed men forced their way inside, accosted her, and struck her in the head with a firearm while demanding money. Hawkeye security team responded shortly after to to a distress signal from the premises, and upon arrival, they came under heavy gunfire from the hoodlums. There was an exchange of gunfire before the gunmen fled the scene in different directions, two by foot and the other on the businesswoman's Toyota Hiace motor vehicle, which he subsequently crashed into a utility pole along Oxford Road before making good his escape. Archive officer was grazed in the leg during the incident and was taken to the hospital where he is receiving treatment. The woman sustained a wound to the head from being struck by the gun and was treated. Preliminary investigation pointed to robbery as the primary motive behind the attack. According to the police sources, it is unclear whether the robbers took off with other valuables outside of the motor vehicle. End of article. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. reaffirms commitment to accessibility as Jamaica makes International Day for Persons with Disabilities. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security has stated its commitment to creating a more inclusive, accessible Jamaica as the nation joined the global observance of International Day for Persons with Disability. This year's celebration is being recognized under the theme Rebuilding an Accessible Jamaica for All. Speaking at the National Public Forum held at the summit in Kingston, Minister of Labor and Social Security Bernard Charles Jr. emphasized that accessibility must be treated as a fundamental right and a key driver of national growth. Today, we affirm that accessibility is a right, a national priority, and a core pillar of sustainable development. The ministry said, creating an accessible Jamaica is not the work of just one ministry, it is the work of the nation. When we remove when we remove digital, physical, al- alternate barriers, we expand opportunity for every Jamaican. Our commitment is clear, included by design. Charles Jr. noted that with persons with disabilities accounting for approximately 50% of Jamaica's population, their full inclusion is estimated to achieving the goal of Vision 2030. He added that accessibility is only a moral impressive, but also an opportunity to harness innovation, talent, and economic potential. The forum was moderated by Dr. Christine Darkins, Executive Director of the Jamaica Council of Persons with Disabilities, JCPD, who led discussions on accessibility, policy implementation, and disability rights advocacy. Today's public forum is not just a conversation, it is a national call to action. Dr. Hendricks said, universal design must guide every decision we make as we reconstruct physical spaces, strengthen digital system, and moderate public service. Accessibility is not an accommodation, it is a fundamental requirement for national development. A panel of national stakeholders participated in the discussion, including Charles Jr., Senator Senna Williams of the Association of Jamaica, and of the Prime Minister, and a bunch of other executives were there. During the event, Ministry highlighted three key note priorities for improving accessibility, digital inclusion, adoption of the WCAG 2.1 AA accessibility standard, digital accessibility audit for major government platforms, and expanded um, assistive technology training for persons who are blind, low vision, deaf, or hard of hearing, accessible physical infrastructure, stronger enforcement of the Jamaican Building Code 20 of 2023, retrofitting public facilities using the JCPD accessibility checklist, and pushing for modernization of public transportation system, improve service delivery, communication, increase the number of certified Jamaican Sign Language interpreters, promotion of plain language communication, and providing disability sensitization training for frontline public sector workers. The International Day for Persons with Disability is observed annually on December 3rd to promote understanding of disability issues and to advocate for the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities worldwide. End of article. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Still they are gone. All right. To keep you satisfied. We jam. Yes, indeed. Holy Mount Zion. Holy Mount Zion. Just seated in Mount Zion. And rules over creation. Yeah, yeah. We jamming. Wow, 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 wow. We jamming. I wanna jam it with you. Buffalo soldier. Dreadlocks Rasta. He was a buffalo soldier in the heart of America, strolling from Africa, brought to America, fighting an arrival, fighting for survival. I tell you, when you want to know your history, it really makes a lot of sense. Oh, dreadlocks Rasta, ooh, buffalo soldier. Taking from Africa, brought to America. Yeah, we feel we see, one can see more clearly when we're up on this side of the yeah. When it's over here, the lights are shine, so its face look darker. So we shift the camera on this side. Yes, I play I some music, strictly reggae music. Yeah, man. Well, go on full drive myself, you understand me. Full joy ourselves, and we give thanks and praise to the Most High God for all He has done for us. Thank you so much for the flying arts out there. When you tap up the screen, you give us an extra thumbs up there, and probably it does something else. Help push out the live stream out there to the wider world. Yes, I will give thanks. And push about the door because sometimes when I like open the place too much, bees can fly in and can't afford a sting in the morning. Yeah. Yes, it's 17 minutes past 5 in Kingston, Jamaica. Outside, the birds do not wake up yet because I would hear them and make some sound, but what go on? It was bubbling on the top 100. Mm, 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 mm. I feel like dancing. Yeah, man, let's check out something. Oh, that one didn't look okay. I forgot to do 1 hour. Okay, get you. All right. Yeah, we don't mind the strength we get from people. Just want to create some more thumbnails for me, some videos, then put them out and fix up the description of some of my videos, put in what the video's about and make YouTube do the rest. As long as we put up a thumbnail and make it attractive, people can see it and say, oh yeah, I want to see what this guy talking about. Yeah, man, what's this guy that called himself the Balding Rasta? What is he talking about? Yeah, man, promotes healthy eating and things like that. I want to put some water for boil, prepare my tea. He's a tea fan. Love my tea. Yeah, so I put on some water to bubble up on the stove. And I drink some mint tea. Oh no, I change it. I drink the mint tea today. I drink some I go outside. So pop out a piece of bush. I go forward the way. Forward, I pop out a piece of bush. Some we go pick a piece of bush or drink some fever grass tea instead. Because I want to it too bad. Take it over because it don't come out on that type of blow or something. I don't want the weather affect it.
Yeah, fever grass. So I go draw this. Fever grass, a leaf of the fever grass. Some people call it lemongrass. So we are brush it. We go wrap it. You understand? Wrap it again. So we place it in the cup. It's the thing. Alright. Have some water in the cup. I drink tea. These are tea fan, I love my tea. So I always get myself together and come to my tea. Yeah, man. I consume tea sometimes 3 times a day. Yeah. Nothing is wrong with drinking no tea, people. Alright. I have to draw in the thing, guys. Okay, so now I see the outside look like the rain never fall. Let's go overcast, so I'm glad we did charge up the e-bike. So yeah, take a time cruise come off of the hill. Let me see. I choose a road I know less pothole upon, so I could get all the splashing up and stuff like that from the, from the cars there. Roll up with power card. Let's look at the Yes. Where's it tonight? Yes, thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. Yeah, take out that thing, yeah. And another pull over. It's sometimes the time it's really chilly. I need something to keep us feeling warm, you know? Keep the tea going dry. And continue the live stream supply. And bigger than myself, much more than this stuff. So now I'm gonna go outside the water and I'm barefoot. Until this is the realistic lifestyle and practice it in. If you will, I want to sit in a dark smoke from the land and we get sometimes coming here in the night. You wanna afraid of leptospirosis. Afraid of it. Afraid of leptospirosis. Because I don't even have a broken skin because I saw it enter you, but you still have to take precaution, you know. You don't want to injure yourself from certain little rare. So I have to take precaution. Alright, put this over here, so put this over here, so shift up the thing. Yes. Let me take a look at my tea so it's there. It's been nice already. Beaver grass, or in the English term they call it lemongrass. That tea they will go drink in the morning, in the before day. Yes. I always try to correct the people when people say day. If you look at the right now, the pitch black, I can't see a star up in the sky. Pitch black. Pitch black. Not even birds now sing. A bird now sing. It's 5:35 in Kingston, Jamaica. What time down there in Kenya? What time is it down there in Kenya? Let's just find out. It is 1:36 in the afternoon down there in Kenya, while it is 5:36 in Kingston, Jamaica. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. When we try to be fair, we have to be fair to ourselves and to others. You have some people come say them I help you, and when in truth you help them more than them I help you, you know. And you see when you see the people the one them are ball, wolf. Nobody not watching our live stream. You can't say them a liar. Guys, look at us. There. 3 loyal people there with we. I will give thanks. 7 thumbs up. I sit on 1. 6 pound 1. We give thanks. Yeah, man, you have some people them disingenuous. I understand. We take off this guy when I want to drink off him. Camera now. Go and sit for tea. Yeah. In draw now, so we can take it down. Okay, now have a drink with tea. Smells so nice. Lemongrass, aka fever grass, we call it in Jamaica. Lovely tea. The same lemongrass, aka fever grass, is what they use in the extract it to the
some compound in the fever grass or lemongrass to get a substance to make lotion where you put on your skin. Yeah, man, check it out for yourself. Boy, this steam will come up, fog up the glass. Hot, man. My lord, let me push up this hot. Wow, hot. Let me see if I can spin the camera around. See color what it give off? A nice golden color. Kind of stain the cup though, cause I natural. It kind of stain the cup, but a natural thing, you know, natural. No sugar added. So I drink it. Ital. Ital is vital. Yeah, man. Let me sing a song for you as I sip my tea. I don't want the fan breeze catch it and cool down my tea. Smile a while and give your face a rest. Raise your hands to the ones you love the best. Then shake hands with those nearby and give your face a smile. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, push up like that, guys. I don't want these. Yeah, I don't want bees coming up now. We come sting. Anyway, I'm not worried about bees, guys. And join my man have some tea too. Last night I came, I drink some mint medley. Come have herbal tea, you know. Come walk with my bag. I have other bush solution I'm tried with. I have cinnamon, I have clove. Yeah, cinnamon, I have clove. I have guava leaf. A nice tea them that can drink, you know, people. All of them have health benefits. Yes, indeed. What tea are you going to consume in the daylight hours? Think it out carefully. Yeah, because I drink mint tea last night, about after 7. Let's say I'm an average tea lover. I love my tea. I will drink tea 3-4 times a day. Yeah, man. Man, in the daylight, in the afternoon, at night. So we do it. I would want to drink one tea twice. We change it up. That there's so much teas out there can consume. All of them have to say beneficial to your health. We know cinnamon, what it is good for. We know what clove is good for, what soursop leaf is good for. Even mango leaf is good. Mango leaf. is a good tea that as well. Yesterday I had some for, for dinner. I prepared some stew peas, but I use saltfish. As some people that call it, the Americans would say codfish. Codfish. Used to my Jamaican words, I would say saltfish, not codfish. But you know, put my saltfish to soak, um, and throw off the water there, soak it again, to reduce the salt, and then I pick it up. I use some round red because them soft. Make some spinners. I don't know if I prepare stew peas, I know what me I talk about. Where season of putting on, get the ball rolling. I have coconuts from a grater and put in my freezer. So I defrost it, I juice it in a my stew peas, and I make rice and peas, stew peas, Yeah. As we say, this channel is about, we talk about spirituality, um, well-being of not the spirit, but the body and the mind as well. We need these essential things for a totally rounded individual. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys out there gonna drink, but I'm drinking fever grass, aka lemongrass. I sip it before I get to it's still warm. Excuse me. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, this more look up already now. So we'll just look a bit, like one more. Okay. See my drip off? Fever grass. Yeah, man, we're truthful and honest, we not tell lie. The devil was the first being who spoke the first lie about the Creator, Yahweh. He wanted to get people to sideline with him from ancient times until now. The devil have him soldiers out there. We go on with them like a mischief. You understand? Yeah, man, we're still there with my people. Still there with I give thanks and praise to the Most High. For his mercy endureth forever. Okay, but take up. I should say, let us come along with me. We'll go walk, go up by top, they go drop off the observer and the cleaner. They are here. Excuse me. Max, come on. Like you know what a bag. The first time I see them throw a newspaper over here without bag.
Yeah. Some part are clear up. Some part are clear up. I see some stars slash satellites up there. But earlier when I just came out, it was really dark. But I can see the rain cloud a push go back like it a go back up in the junction area up on St. Mary side and thing. Sister the rain cloud a push go back up up that way. Yeah, we give thanks for that.